Hello, greetings everyone. Welcome back to another session, Dorsey's Resource. First, before we get started, I'd like to give a disclaimer. This video is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. Please keep in mind that everyone's individual circumstance or situation may be different. It's up to every individual competent person to please do his or her own homework and research into the matter being discussed. This information is not to be construed as legal advice. If you need to seek a professional lawyer, financial consultant, psychiatrist, or whomever, please do so at your own leisure. Dorsey's Resource will not be held liable for any misuse of this information. These are simply my thoughts, views, and opinions on the topic. With that being said, I reserve all my rights. Now, let's get started. I wanted this video to be a topic of my top 12 documentaries I recommend. I did a freestyle and I've already basically uploaded them live on the internet right now. I'm going to do a screencast so it's a lot easier for you guys. Generally, I let my listening, viewing audience look the documentaries up I've mentioned in my previous videos, where I could have easily done a screencast. It's been a minute since been quite a while since I've done a screencast to kind of show you guys a point of reference. For those out here who have questions, is the Illuminati real? Is there credible evidence? Yes, there is. I intend to show there are valid documentaries. There's actually way more than just these top 12 that I'm showing, but these are the top 12 that I recommend. So without further ado, I'm going to go through the list very quickly. I didn't want this video to be that long, but this is my top 12 list of must-see documentaries. First is going to be, let me see if I can find it in the list. Oh, here it is. Conspiracy of Silence. Here it is right here. I'm going to point the mouse over. I'm not going to click over them. Just to give you a brief rundown, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but this documentary was supposed to air on the Discovery Channel years ago. It was about a major child sex trafficking ring that took place some years ago in Nebraska. So I'll let you guys check it out. I highly recommend. It's a very, very powerful documentary. That's why I rank it top in my list. It is a must-see. It'll help prove a culmination of some of the things that I've discussed in some of my previous YouTube videos, and help provide very credible evidence. It was a child sex trafficking ring that went all the way up to the White House. Yes, it unfortunately, as uncomfortable as that may sound to some of you all out there, it is real. It did happen, and you can watch it for free on YouTube. The second documentary on my list is called Endgame. This movie is by Alex Jones. It was about the Bilderberg group that him and some other investigative reporters from around the world. I'll scroll down. This is Daniel Estelin from in Europe. He's an investigative journalist slash reporter. The Bilderberg is an elite secret society, a high-level group that meets every year. They are a form of the Illuminati, as some people don't understand. Yes, the Illuminati was started in 1776 by Adam Weishaupt, but you must understand there's a hierarchy and a pecking order to how the different secret societies rank, and the Bilderberg is one of the top ranked secret societies in the world. That's where many of the high level globalist people who are of aristocratic nobility, the bloodlines, you have to get Fritz Springmeier's book Bloodlines of the Illuminati to understand, but this is valid evidence right here that I'm going over. I highly recommend this documentary. This is why I ranked it number 2. It'll help provide valid evidence and a culmination for those out there who think that they're experts on the Illuminati. This will provide very credible evidence. And keep in mind, the Illuminati is like a pseudo term, but it describes a very wealthy, high affluent group of people who have a lot of wealth, a lot of power. They just not only have money, but they also are of a certain particular bloodline. So I'll let individuals out there do their own research. Number 3, the next documentary I recommend is called Ma'afa 21. It's on eugenics and genocide, and some of these other documentaries I'm going to mention are going to go into those things. I recommend that every African American or melanated person in this country, if not around the entire world, watch this documentary. It is a must watch. It's called Ma'afa 21. Alex Jones Believe it or not, he used to sell this on his website, Infowars. I'm not sure if he still does. He has a whole bunch of movies and products that he sells, but one of the people that's featured in this movie, Pastor Reverend Cleonard Childress, has been a featured guest on his show, a continued guest throughout the years, is of African American descent. But this is a must watch for any African American or black person that really needs to get an understanding of how the globalists operate through their eugenics and genocide. So that is a must watch, but you can watch it for free for those out there who may be unaware. The next documentary I recommend is called Fall of the Republic, as I just clicked on right here. It just goes over a lot of information that I think is important for people to understand political science and understand how your government operates. This will go over a plethora of things dealing with the banking system. It will further back up some of the other documentaries that I'm going to go over. You can jump back and cross-reference because you can watch all of these documentaries for free on YouTube. And I want to say, if you do have the money, some of you all, I understand, don't have the money. The economy is really bad. But if you do have the funds, please support these people who've produced these documentaries. You can go to their respective websites as well and purchase them. If you do have the funds, it's greatly appreciated because many people have risked their lives sharing this information and put their lives on the line to bring forth this information. So please understand that. And the next documentary I ranked number 5 on the list is called Farmageddon. And I'm going to go over here. This documentary, this is what it looks like. Came out some years ago. I actually didn't watch all of it. I watched a portion of it, but I get the concept. Trust me, how they're poisoning our food supply and what they're doing to farmers that produce organic farms, and it'll provide a lot of insight. But I think you have to go to their website to actually purchase this. You can't watch it. It's not uploaded on YouTube. Nobody has uploaded it from what I understand. If they have, it may be copywritten, so they may have taken it down. But this is a very excellent documentary that goes over how they're poisoning the food supply and how the foods, certain types of foods, how they affect the body as well. The next documentary I recommend that coincides with Farmageddon is Genetic Roulette, the Gamble of Our Lives. Very excellent documentary. This documentary, I have to actually go over it myself, but I get the concept. It provides very valid information for what I briefly looked over. It goes into how these different foods and how certain corporations are paying off the Food and Drug Administration and other groups to circumvent the laws, to sell us foods that are harmful to the body and poison us and hurt us chemically. They talk about these types of things. The next documentary I ranked, this is number 7 on the list, called Seeds of Death. This has Dr. Rima Labo. She was on Jesse Ventura's show, Conspiracy Theory, that was on True TV a couple years ago or whatnot. And she's in this documentary, and it pretty much goes over the previous things that I mentioned, how these foods, how they're harmful to the body, and how these big corporations are even trying to control and put patents over the seeds so they can grow genetically altered crops and splice DNA that is harmful, like fruits and vegetables. Instead of being genuine, they will actually hurt your body and will mess you up. And these corporations need to be stopped that are responsible, and the individuals who have private banking or trust accounts attached to these corporations, I recommend they need to be arrested immediately. The U.S. Marshals and sheriffs can partner with one another, just like the FBI years ago teamed up to bust the child sex trafficking rings. They are good people who can stop these individuals if they're caught. But this movie talks about basically how these different foods and chemicals by these corporations are harming us and what they're trying to do to hurt us. It'll provide very excellent insight. The next movie, number 8 on the list, is called Scientists Are Under Attack. I had to actually go to their website. This is what the film looks like right here. I actually purchased this film some years ago on Alex Jones's website, but I think this may have been produced overseas. I'm not sure which country. Looks like Germany. So This is a very excellent documentary. I did watch the whole thing, very similar to the previous documentaries I mentioned. It interviews scientists. It shows how the Monsanto Corporation have been going around the world genetically altering the crops and poisoning of our food supply, and the drastic effect that it's having, and different scientists that are standing up for you. These are very valid, reputable people, actual scientists that are in the fight. You may not see them out there protesting or picketing, but they're fighting for you to get the word out. So I recommend this documentary. You can purchase it on their website. I'll scroll up. Right over here is the home site, and I just went to purchase DVD, which is the next page right here. This is what it looks like. So I rank this is number 8 on my list. Scientists are under attack. The next film I mentioned in some of my previous videos is number 9 on the list. It's called The Money Masters. Very excellent documentary. Explains how the banking system was set up, and I won't spoil it for you guys, but very powerful info, very good history. Every school child needs to really watch this film. It will provide definite information, especially if you work within the banking industry, even at a lower level at the local banks. This is a must watch. And I believe the same people or people who related to the Money Masters produce Monopoly Men. This is number 10 on my list as a must watch documentary that will explain about the Federal Reserve and the central banks and how they operate. Number 11 on my list is called End of Liberty. This film is like a culmination of all of the documentaries I mentioned. Will help provide further evidence, further proof. On top of that, very excellent documentary put out by the National Inflation Association. And the last documentary on the list is The College Conspiracy. This documentary is, of course, about how they lure you in with the college scams to put you in debt. And they really provide insight and break down how college is not what it's cracked up to be. The value system, with the way I was raised, a lot of parents are misled to believe that you must send your kids to school for 4 years, but many of them don't turn out getting the jobs, and after they got their degree, or they cannot find a job, and they're put further into debt. And I won't spoil it for you guys, but this documentary will provide very valid, credible evidence. And some of these documentaries, you will have to watch them several times, I recommend, to gain a better understanding, and look up the definitions and words online to show even more valid, reputable, credible evidence. So with that being said, I didn't want this video to be too long. I want to thank you all for watching. If you did take the time to watch this video, I sincerely want to thank you. And if you did like, don't forget to thumbs up, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for joining me, Dorsey's Resource. Take care.